let's move on to the NAS. We have several features in NAS also. So in NAS, we'll start with the volume summary page. Right now there's one volume that exists. Okay, it also shows you the operational state of the volume, which is okay, plus it's the async master, which means that this volume is being replicated to another site. You can see that there is a host logged in, there's an active session. Now the create for NAS volumes, there's multiple ways to create. You can share. The case of a share is you've got a NAS volume created and you want to share that space with another volume. You would just select that volume that you want to share the space with and create the new volume. Specify whether it's CIFS access or NFS access, whether it's using file slicing, and whether it has a CIFS recycle bin. Then you would click commit or submit, and you would have a second volume that shares the same resource space as the initial volume. However, neither volume shares the same data. Where you might use this is you create a volume, say corporate. Okay, well under that you've got development, you've got finance, you've got personnel, you can create a different volume for each of those. They share the same resource space, but they don't share the same data space. Okay. You can allocate. For allocate, that would be creating a new volume that's not sharing any resource space with any other volume. If you click on the allocate and there isn't any space already allocated, then it'll take you to the page to allocate space for a new volume. We have an attach function. What the attach function is we have the ability to detach a resource from one location, ship it to another location, and then reattach that storage, and everything that's created on that storage will now be available on that new location. So say you've created volumes out there and loaded up data, and you decide, well, we really need this at this site rather than having it at this site. So you would detach that storage and then ship it, plug it into your system there, and then attach that storage. When you attach it, it reads all the volume information and configures everything. So now you have the volume, you can re-access that all the data at that second site.
So this attach is a hot plug, so you can actually take the storage resource, whatever it is that you have, that appliance that has that resource on it. Let's say it's expansion chassis, and you can hot plug and take it out or move it to offsite or another location, so they can just use the data, attach it back and use it, or you just can use it for offsite backups maybe, right?
Right. I mean, there's just a variety of ways that it can be used. One instance that I've seen is they're recording data, but they don't do any processing at this site. Okay, so they have two sets of array. They have two sets of disks. So when they fill up the disk, they remove those disks, ship them to the site that does the analysis on their data, all right, and then plug the new disks in.
I see.
So they ship them back and forth.
I see.
That's just one utilization.
Okay.
There's many ways that it can be used.
Yeah, it could be seeding, you know, so you get your data in and you seed it. Yeah, so it's like a
Right.
cloud seeding or any other seeding for data centers and locations. Okay.
Right. Okay, for NAS, we also have Disperse. Under Disperse, you would select the number of nodes. In this case, there's only one node. What Disperse is scale out. You may have 10 nodes, 20 nodes, 1,000 nodes. Okay, you can create a volume that uses all these nodes. So there's really no limitation to the number of nodes you can add. So every time you add a node, you're adding more capacity to your system. You run out of space, add another node. Run out of space, add another node.
Okay. How many nodes can you add?
We don't have a limitation.
Okay.
So these nodes aren't even required to be on the same type of hardware. It could be one node in hardware, one node in a virtual machine, one node up in the cloud. There's no restriction there.
So you can actually create a decentralized storage, which is not in one place, it's multiple places. So that would be like a decentralized storage.
Right.
Scale out, disperse, decentralized storage. That's very, very good for security.